Good morning. It's Thursday, June 16th. Our top story today is the NGO Food and Water Watch has launched a national attack against cat share programs. They started this off with a rally in New Bedford, of which, of course, Mayor Scott Lang jumped on the bandwagon. Under Food and Water Watch's ideas, thousands of vessels should all have free access to fish stocks. They don't answer the question of how they would sustain the fish stocks under these circumstances. In our story, we included a link to their actual report, which we encourage people to read, because like so many NGO reports, it is a selective reading of facts and cherry picking of data to make their point. For example, they say that in the first few months of cat share program, 55 out of 500 New England vessels had 61% of the income. What they fail to say is that this was not that much different than what these vessels had in 2009 prior to cat shares. So what they're claiming seems to be a dire consequence of cat shares. In fact, has been a trend that's been going on in New England for years. Secondly, they attack the safety achieved under the cat share program in the Bering Sea crab fleet. This is, I think, one of their most egregious falsehoods, because there has absolutely been no question that ending the race for fish in the Bering Sea has had a dramatic impact in terms of saving lives of crab fishermen and having less accidents in what had been one of the most dangerous fisheries in Alaska. According to Food and Water Watch, the fact that a boat has to meet a unloading deadline is equivalent to what they were going through under the race for fish. Again, if you look at the facts, it is absolutely black and white. When a fishing vessel has to meet a delivery deadline, they still have their same total number of pounds to catch, which they just go out on their subsequent set and start fishing again. There is just no comparison between the race for fish as it existed prior to the IFQ program and what vessels are doing now. I think the real question underlining Food and Water Watch's approach is that they make this big case that there should be thousands and thousands of free small fishing vessels fishing up and down all the coasts of the U.S. And my question to them is, fishing on what fish? The entire struggle over the last 20 years has been to bring into balance the scope of the fishing fleet and the ability of fish stocks to sustain that fleet. Right now we've turned the corner. The U.S. has ended overfishing. Fish stocks are rebuilding around the country, and we're rapidly approaching an equilibrium where we are getting maximum sustainable yield. For Food and Water Watch, for ideological purposes, they would throw this entire achievement under the bus. That's why I urge people to actually read the report and judge for yourself just how false it is. In Lexington, Mass., this is John Sackton.